Television Dude here, and today I'm going to be showing off my old school hip hop slash rap cassettes and CDs. I ran across this guy on YouTube today, Movernoscopy, and he was showing off his cassettes, and I said I would probably do a video myself because I love my old school hip hop. I don't have as many cassettes as I used to. I sold a bunch. Like he was showing off his Just Ice Back to the Old School cassette, and I had that same cassette, but someone on an old school hip hop forum said he would pay $40 for that cassette. So I sold him. So I was like, damn, I'm not listening to my cassettes much anymore. So I was like, easy money right there. So I sold that and a bunch of others that I wasn't listening to. That's the problem, is I got a whole bunch of cassettes, but I never listened to them. I listen to my CDs, but I don't listen to my cassettes anymore, which is a shame, because I got some nice stuff. I'd like to get into collecting records again, too. I lost all my records long ago, and if I get that record player going, which I think I might, I might start collecting old school hip-hop records again, especially the ones that I used to own back when I was younger. And I might mention some of those at the end of this video. Here's an oddity. Luke Skywalker's Bass Waves compilation. It has a few Two Live Crew songs, but the notable ones are song Miami, Jealous Girls, My Hardcore Rhymes by Luan Love. I love that song. One of my favorites. And Cheryl and Donna. Classic. And I got Bobby Jimmy and the Critters, Hip Hop Prankster. I think I misquoted earlier today, and I said the name of the cassette was Prankster, but I think that's just the song on the cassette. Bobby Jimmy's like the Weird Al of hip hop music, and it's great stuff. And I forgot about my cassette singles. I have a bunch of them here. Rex and Effect Rump Shaker. Here's an oddity from when I used to live in Michigan. The KMC Crew, The Devil Came Up to Michigan. This was like the rap version of like the Devil Went Down to Georgia. It was a hit up there. I don't know if it was a hit nationwide or anything. Biz Marquee, Just a Friend. I don't think I actually bought that. I think I just acquired it somehow. DJ Quick, Just Like Compton. I think a friend of mine gave me that one time. Donald D. Notorious. I think I bought that myself. Skilo, I Wish. Gravediggers, Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide, with the B-side of Freak the Sorceress. I used to have 6 Feet Deep, their album, on cassette, but I believe that's one of the ones I sold in that lot, because I thought I was going to be getting on CD soon. I have it on my computer, wink wink, but I don't have it on CD yet, I don't think. Let's see here. Where to start? I have a couple out here. Greatest Hits of the Street, with a bunch of compilation songs, as you can see there. Great stuff. I don't know where I'm going to stack all these. Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock, It Takes Two. I didn't buy that myself. I just acquired it. A lot of these compilation ones. Rap Masters 1, 2, 7, 10. I don't have them all, but I have a bunch. Here's 13. They're not all in order, so I might show some now, I might show some later. Here's 11, 14. I can't show them all, the songs that are on them, but there's a lot of old school hip hop songs on these, trust me. Okay, one in particular I'll mention, I bought this for was, hold on. I wanted to mention this song. Get Off My Tip by the Mastodon Committee. That was a classic that I loved back in the day. I used to play that song inside out over and over again. Let's see here. No, I don't think that's hip-hop. Let's see what this is. Oh, here's a cassette version of Rap Masters 9 that I taped from a friend back in the day. So we're talking 80s here. Maybe early 90s, but I think that was 80s. Let's see here. No, well it's beat. It's like bass music, so not really hip hop though. Skinny Boys, Skinny and Proud. I used to have waitlists on record back in the day, but I lost all my records. But I have it on CD now. It's not the official CD, but I actually legally bought this. It was a through the Real Player website. I had some what do you call it? I had like some credit, $10 in credit or something. So I bought that, and but I printed the artwork myself. Let's see here. I'm going to skip to some CDs because they're in my way. Here's a couple oddities that I downloaded from the internet, and they are history in the making. The New Music Seminar 1985. It was a beatbox and MC competition. Errol Holloman, I believe, was the winner of the beatbox. This is the famous Roxanne Shante versus Fuquan battle. And Roxanne Shante versus Busy Bee in the final. And Roxanne got robbed. She should have won. And I got New Music Seminar 1987 with a DJ competition and another rap competition. This one consisted of Melly Mel, King Sun, Kaz. The finals for the DJs was Cash Money versus Joe Cooley, and Mixmaster Ice was in there too. I have a bunch of cassettes that I made back in the day. I just called them rap and with numbers on them. They're not official or anything, but I have a whole bunch of them. Let me get those out of my way here, so I get to the good stuff here. What's this one? Rap and Raising Hell. I don't remember what was on Rap. That's probably some songs I taped off the radio. We got Fat Boys, Big and Beautiful. An underrated Fat Boys album. Skinny Boys. Skinny, they can't get enough. This wasn't all that great. You know, the first two were good. The third one, The first one was the best one. This is called Word. Various artists. It's got Schooly D, Houdini, stuff like that. Luke. I got Shit on My Mind. This is his famous song called I Wanna Rock. Grab a bunch more here. What we got here? The Two Live Crew. This has got some of their stuff that they did before their first album. Like From the Vaults, maybe. I see Fred Kid Ice is back. I think some of their stuff was on here. And this was the here it is. What I Like. What I Like was one of the songs. Revelation was another song. That's classic stuff. This is part of my West Coast Rap, The First Dynasty, Volume 1. I have more of those. These are all out of order. I didn't put nothing in order. The Two Live Crew live in concert. More of my rap cassettes. Let's see here, another, oh, I won't show that one. Let's see. We got 2 Live Crew, Move Something. I have this on CD now. Surprised I haven't gave that away. 2 Live Crew, Bass. This is the real old stuff. Revelation. It's got live Miami bass mix, What I Like, with a few new songs, I think. Jackin' for Bass. Haven't listened to that in a while. Let's see what we got here. Another one of those. We got Fat Boys Come Back Hard Again. Not their best album, but it does have a few songs that I like. Like Jelly Roll's good. The if I can read it here. Ready for Freddy. Pig Feet was kind of funny. We got just another hip-hop compilation, the best of hip-hop. We got Real Rap compilation. Tommy Boy Greatest Beats. Had to have this because it had not just Planet Rock, but it also had Looking for the Perfect Beat. On an old school hip hop forum, my username is Looking for the Perfect Beat. Rap 2. This had Here We Go, Live at the Funhouse, Run DMC. That's why I bought that. We got more bass, best of bass, Miami bass. This had some stuff. Some classics and some bassy old bass rap songs. What's that say? Boot the Booty. Almost thought it said Beat the Booty. Magic Mike Cuts. DJ Magic Mike and the Mike. I can't talk. DJ Magic Mike and the Royal Posse. I didn't mean to say mice. I didn't mean that. Didn't mean that. Another cassette single. Oh, I got dust in here. Where's this dust coming from? Here Comes the Hammer. Why'd I buy this? I'll never know. Some more CDs. I probably shouldn't show these, but I'm going to show them anyway. I normally don't show compilation things, but I will. Just a CD I made of some Fat Boy songs and some Rozelle stuff. I like my beatbox stuff. Let's see. I got my own Best of Bobby Jimmy. Another one that I legally bought. Salt and Pepper, Hot Cool Vicious. Used to have this on cassette. It's a classic. Why am I flipping it around? It's not a real CD. I have a whole bunch of these volumes of old school electro and break and rap that I found on the internet. There's like an insane amount of volumes of these. It's got some stuff that I never even heard before. See if I can find one of the songs on there. Here's one I made myself with my favorite songs of all time back in the day. Nucleus, Computer Age, Nucleus, Jam on It, Mastodon Community, Get Off My Tip, Captain Rock, The Return of Captain Rock. One of my favorite songs of all time, Boogie Down Bronx by Man Parrish. Ugly People by DJ Cash Money, Lottie Dottie, Slick Rick, and a couple of mega mixes there. I have a bunch of these that I made myself too. I won't show them all. Yeah, here's more of those old school electro break and rap. I think it goes all the way up to volume 11. That's insane. More cassettes. Let's see. More bass. Move that back some. Club Mix. Nah, that's not rap. And this Short Man is a song. Let's see. Nah. Rap 1. I showed you Rap 2. Street Jams from the Top Hip Hop Part 4. This is, I think this is the one I'm missing from my CD collection. Because I had all these on cassette, then I bought them on CD. Part 4 is the only one I'm missing. And it's rare. Hard to find. Can you believe that? This is the only... these are ones that I have from my records that I don't have anymore. UTFO, and The Life Story of Roxanne. I had both these on record, and I made copies of most of my records back in the day. If you can believe that. Beastie Boys. Some old bullshit. Excuse me. This is like their punk stuff that they did before they started rapping. Fat Boys Crushin'. Let's see here. Power Rap. This is one I've had since I was a kid. The Super Bowl Shuffle. This has the Super Bowl Shuffle. And it's got cool songs like Freshest Rhymes in the World by Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Here's my West Coast Rap, The Renegades. West Coast Rap Volume 2 and Volume 3. These also have some Bobby Jimmy songs. Egyptian Lover. Egyptian Lover before he was Egyptian Lover. I think it was Uncle Jam's Army. Stuff like that. Pretty cool stuff. Another compilation. This was more towards the late 80s, early 90s stuff. 92. Like Black Sheep, Ghetto Boys, Cypress Hill. I had some Cypress Hill on cassette. I wonder if I sold those too. Foolishly. Rap's Greatest Hits 2. Got like Together Forever, Run DMC. Don't remember why I bought this one in particularly. Let's see. This one's just called Rap Hall of Fame. This one's called The Box Rap. More of that early 90s stuff. Kid and Play. The College Boys. It's a shame I don't listen to these anymore. I'll have to stand up for some of these. Rap Masters 12. What would this one have? Oh, nothing worth mentioning. I got my own green cassette. Beastie Boys Ill Communication. Let's see, more rap. Some more of my records from back in the day. Fat Boys Are Back. I used to have both of those on record. Let me just grab a bunch of these. Looks like I do have one of my Cypress Hills. The other one I don't see in here. I may have misplaced it on accident. Let's grab that. And grab that. So I can sit back down again. Two Live Crew, We Want Some Action. This is like a cassette single. It's got like Liberty City, Long, Hard, Mix, Live in Berlin, Side B, the classic. Let's see. Well, had both these on record. Let's see. Skinny Boys Weightless, Run DMC King of Rock. I don't even know if half these cassettes play anymore. Cypress Hill, Black Sunday. I had the debut. I don't know what happened to that one. Rap's Greatest Hits Volume 1. Fly Girl. I had that on a CD, not a record, 12-inch record single. Fly Girl. Back in the day, I used to have the 12-inch single of The Show and Lottie Dottie. I had a bunch of singles. Let's see, where are we going to next? I guess all we got is CDs. Where to start? How about with Digital Underground Sex Packets? I have the CD version, which does not have Hip Hop Doll, which is a shame because that's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's on the cassette version, but I do have it on a compilation CD. So, but I would like to know what these other songs are that are on the cassette version. Oh crap, these are not all in order here. Let's see. We got Eazy-E, 5150, Home for the Sick. Eazy-E, It's Andre, 187 on Killa. NWA's Greatest Hits. NWA, Niggas for Life. NWA, 100 Miles and Running. NWA and the Posse. NWA, Straight Outta Compton. Murder Was the Case. Ice Cube, Lethal Injection. Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted. Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. That's a classic. Dr. Dre, The Chronic. I'm a big Eazy-E fan. I like Eazy-E more than I like Dr. Dre. A lot more. Eazy-E, Straight Off the Streets of Compton. Eazy-E, Impact of a Legend. This is a CD and a DVD. The DVD is like a it's not long enough in my opinion, but it's a documentary on the life of Eazy-E. I just wish it was a little bit longer. I was only disappointed that in the shortness of it, but it's great for what it is. But I wanted more. I just wanted more. Eazy-E, Easy Does It. Beastie Boys, Ill Communication. Paul's Boutique. License to Ill. My Arm's Hurtin'. LL Cool J, I'm Bad. Or it's just called Bad, but Radio, LL Cool J. One of the best CDs of all time. Reverend Run Distortion. This was better than I thought it'd be. Run DMC. Tougher Than Leather. Raising Hell. King of Rock. Run DMC, Run DMC. Jam Master Jay being one of my favorite songs of all time. Let's see here. We're going in all different directions here. Bone Thugs Harmony, E99 Eternal. I think I got that at the bookstore for 92 cents scratched. I bought this Bone Thugs only because Eazy-E's name was on it. Even though he didn't really have much to do with it. I think he's only featured in one song. D12. ICP, Amazing Jekyll Brothers. I like a couple of the songs on this one though. Like Fuck the World. That's a great song. I haven't listened to this in quite a while. And the Great Milenko. I don't have Riddlebox. I should probably get Riddlebox just because I heard it's good. But that's the only ICP I have. Let's see, Kanye West, Graduation Day. I bought it because it was 92 cents, scratched. Now this one is good, and that's College Dropout. I listened to that 100 times. Eminem, Marshall Mathers. Only Eminem I own. I like Eminem, but I just don't listen to him. Ghostface Killah, Fishgale. Wu-Tang Clan, Iron Flag. I don't remember when I got this, probably because it was 92 cents. I don't think I've ever even listened to it yet. Gravediggers, The Pick, The Sickle, and The Shovel. I don't think I'll listen to this yet. I still have some CDs I haven't listened to yet. I love the first one, 6 Feet Deep, but I've not listened to this one. Cypress Hill, Black Sunday. Favorite of mine, Outkast, The Love Below, Speaker Box. Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders, used to have that on cassette. I used to have all these on cassette. A bunch of the ones I showed you I used to have on cassette, like LL Cool J's and the Run DMC's. People's Instinctive Travels and the Paths of Rhythm. Everybody should own this one. It's just groovy and classic. The single for No Nose Job. It's a good song, but it was better when I saw it live on TV. I was watching Live at the Apollo, and they did that song, and it was really cool because they acted like they were one of the bad acts that was going to get booed off stage, and then they ripped off their costumes to reveal that they were Digital Underground, and they started singing No Nose Job live, and it was awesome. But the studio track was a little bit more mellow and not as pumping. Paid in Full, Eric B. and Rakim. I need to get the other one. Volume 1, Houdini. It's got most of their best songs. Maybe not everything. I would like to get the other ones. I had Back in Black on cassette, I thought. I wonder if I'm not showing all my cassettes. I wonder if I have some elsewhere. Well, oh well. Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel and the Furious 5. 2 discs, got pretty much everything. From Freedom, The Adventures of Grandmaster Flash, The Message, White Lines, Beat Street, Step Off, Pump Up the Jam, The Very Best of MC Lyte, Slick Rick, The Art of Storytelling. I do own one Rozelle. I want to get the other one. Greatest Knockouts. Outkast, Stankonia. That's a great one too. Ludacris, Word of Mouth. And Ludacris, Back for the First Time. I don't have none of his other ones though. Busta Rhymes, Genesis. That's as far as I went, Busta Rhymes. I was a fan, but the last two weren't as great. And let's see, this was Anarchy. I didn't think it was as great. Not as great as the first two, or first three anyway. Extinction Level Event. I really like this one. When Disaster Strikes, that's great too. And of course, the first one, The Coming. And one, Tribe Called Quest, I didn't show because I seem to have all these in some kind of weird order. It's Beats, Rhymes, and Life. I didn't care for this as much as their other ones. I didn't really care for it. Still got 2 more stacks here. And then we'll be done. Rap Mania, The Roots of Rap. A single, Jason Neves vs. Cypress Hill, Insane in the Brain. Luke, Baby Luke, featuring the Booty Shake Crew Booty Shake 2005. Warning, this CD contains ass shaking bass. Let's see. It does have Fresh Kid Ice on here. I completely forgot my friend Techromancer1 sent me this. Complete pancake mix, which is just a joke, but it's got Breakin' 1 and Breakin' 2. I used to have both of those on record. Both of them on record. I need to listen to those. I don't know why I haven't listened to them yet. This is an interesting one. The Roots of Rap. It's got it says Volume 2, so I would like to know what Volume 1 had. This has got some of the well, it does have one rap song on here. The rest of the songs are songs that get sampled all the time, like Parliament, James Brown, the Bar-Kays, Rufus Thomas, Kool and the Gang. These are some of the most famous sampled songs by hip-hop artists of all time. Battle of the Boom. I bought this because it had two songs that I liked. It's Time to Rock by Matrix and Jam It's Time by Matrix. The rest of the songs are pretty cool too. Feel My Bass, DJ Matrix. The Matrix stuff is what I bought this for. I had a hard time ever finding any of the stuff by Matrix on MP3, anywhere. I never could find it. I don't know what this is. I think my friend gave me this, Techromancer1. I haven't listened to it yet. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. But it's a mixtape. I don't even know who these guys are. More booty shaking hits. This is how we do it. Humpty Dance, The Butt, No Diggity, Push It, Pumps and a Bump, which I think sounds so stupid. Rico Suave. Old School. Let's see. Not rap, but it's got songs like Flashlight, 5 Minutes of Funk. That one might be rap. Atomic Dog. You Dropped the Bomb. And here is my, let me pull these over here. Hip Hop from the Top. I'm missing Volume 4, but I have 3, 2, and 1. And I have Electric Funk Street Jams, 4, 3, 2, and 1. DJ Clue presents Backstage Mixtape. DJ Red Alert presents Beat Rhymes and Battles. They're trying to show some of the battles, but not really showing the battles, but just some of the songs by them. Rap Mania, The Roots of Rap. It was a concert, and it was censored. Take a Bite Out of Rhyme, it's rock tribute to rap. We're getting down there, we're getting down there. After this, there'll be just one more stack. So it looks like I forgot to show a couple Beastie Boys things here. That's how out of order I got here. To the Five Boroughs. That was actually pretty good. Beastie Boys Anthology, The Sounds of Science. All their best hits. Def Jam Recordings Classics Volume 1. This is notable because it's got the Rock the Bells by LL Cool J, but it's the version that has the cowbells in it. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. Def Rap. I just picked it up because it was 92 cents. I like my old compilation CDs. This is a classic called Rap Archives Volume 1. This also has the Roxanne vs. Fuquan battle, but it's also got the legendary Kool Moe Dee vs. Busy Bee, and it's got Biz Markie and Big Daddy Kane at the Masonic Temple. That's worth listening to. LL Cool J's Birthday Party. Even got some live Run DMC. This is actually pretty damn cool. It's a rarity. It's very hard to find. DJ Magic Mike presents Booties in Motion. Two Live Crew, Sir Mix-a-Lot, all kinds of random artists. Still got some cool stuff left. And this ain't compilation stuff either. Got Too Short, Life is Too Short. And I'm disappointed that this is the censored version. I need to get this uncensored. I really do. Because it's missing the best song of all time on here. The Best of Schoolie D. PSK, what does it mean? Gucci Time. Parkside 5-2, another great one. All these are great. These Will Smith ones I only got because I kind of got them for free. Big Willie Style, never listened to it. Millennium, never listened to it. I'm not really that big into him by himself. Here's DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince Greatest Hits. And in this corner, Home Base. He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. I also have Rock the House, but just not out here. We got Chub Rock. I was impressed by this. I'd never owned a Chub Rock CD before. I got this for 92 cents in the scratch section, and I was really, really impressed by this. Young MC, Stone Cold Rhymin'. Tone Loc, Loc After Dark. I'm going to stand up to get these other ones. This is the last stack. And I got this at the bookstore, Skilo I Wish. I had it on cassette, but now I have it on CD now too. Very Necessary, Salt and Pepper. Just got that recently because it was a scratch section. I have a hard time passing up those. MC Hammer's Greatest Hits. This one I just got recently. Let's Get It Started. Had that on cassette long ago. I got two of these, not just one, but two of these. The Art of Noise, Who's Afraid of the Art of Noise? And I have it again, but it's just a different album cover. And they're mainly known for their song Beatbox. It's the same songs in each CD too. Yeah, Beatbox. It's a classic. Let's see. What's this one? The Wake Up Show Freestyles Volume 4. I just got this at the bookstore. And I'm shocked because I've heard some Wake Up Show stuff on YouTube and MP3 and stuff. I didn't know they had their own CDs. Here's a prized possession of mine. DJ Magic Mike, Vicious Bass. A friend of mine had this on cassette when we were younger, and I actually had a copy of his cassette for the longest time. And this is good stuff here. Good bass. And I was shocked when I found this. Ocknell. He's like the Two Live Crew. This ain't too bad of a CD. It's kind of funny, some of his songs. This ain't his famous songs. He has a couple famous songs, but this wasn't too bad. I kind of liked it. Dirty Rap. And last but not least, we got the Two Live Crew. Two Live is What We Are. I consider this one of my favorite CDs of all time. Not just because it's dirty rap, because there's not, if you take off We Want Some and Get It Girl, the rest of it is not really that dirty. Beatbox, Cut It Up, Mr. Mix is on the Mix, is some of the best stuff. Move Something. All these are great. Nasty as They Wanna Be. Oh, that almost fell over. Nasty They Wanna Be Part 2. I finally picked this up. I've been looking for this for a while, and I got lucky. It just popped up at the bookstore. And finally, Banned in the USA. I think that's a good way to end this video. Banned in the USA. I found a couple items that I forgot to show, so I'm going to edit them into somewhere in this video. I found my Cypress Hill. This is the one that's got how I could just kill a man and hole in the head. This was a great cassette back in the day. Stoned is the Way of the Walk. Good stuff. And my newest possession, the re-release and remaster of Fat Boys, Fat Boys in a pizza box. I did a whole video of this already. Here's the CD and they make it look like the actual album from back in the day, with a little sleeve as well. Nice little booklet comes with it as well. This was the what was on the front of the box. I'm keeping that on the paper when you unwrap it. The back artwork and a nice little bumper sticker. This is my new prized possession. And that's my collection. If I forgot to show anything, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I used to have all kinds of records. Fat Boys Are Back, Run DMC, King of Rock, Raising Hell. I had some really cool 12-inch singles, like Pretty Tony, Fix It in the Mix. I already mentioned Fly Girl. Had some weird stuff like the Rappin' Duke. I had oh dang it, what's his name? Now that I want to think of it, now I can't think of his name. Damn it. I had, you know, Do What You Like with Hip Hop Doll on the B-side. Oh man, I had a lot of them. Two Live Crew is Nasty They Wanna Be. I had a lot of records, and I really, really miss them. Nucleus. Skinny Boys Weightless, I think I already mentioned that. Egyptian Lover on the Nile, had that on record. Beastie Boys, Ill Communication. Still trying to think of that guy's name, and I can't think of it right offhand. Yeah, well, the rest of this is just me rambling on my records. I can't remember them all. It's kind of late at night. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm recording this. Yeah, well, I had a bunch of them, and I might start collecting them again. The cassettes are kind of cool. It'd be cool to collect some of the cassettes too, but I'd rather have the records. That's what I grew up with. My favorite rap was pre-1986. I know anything before now is old school, but the pre-1986 was my time, my era. Even though a lot of the later stuff was great too. Well, I guess I've rambled on long enough. So that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching.